Time now for this week's shocking stat. Well, this is a number so big, and it follows on from what Mike Levy was talking about earlier. So big it'll make your head spin. It's actually not comprehensible, which is one of the dangers here. I'm talking about the growth in global debt. So are you ready? Here's the number. See if you could even write it down. Global debt is now $247 trillion. That's the latest number coming out of the Institute of International Finance. By the way, that's up $30 trillion in just 2 years. That's a monster jump. Of the total, to break it down, non-financial corporate debt, $74 trillion, up big time in the last 5 years. Government debt, $67 trillion. Household debt, $47 trillion. Financial debt, $61 trillion. I mean, it's huge. The government debt to GDP ratio in the States, by the way, is now 101%, while non-financial corporate debt is now at record highs in our country, in Canada, also in France and Switzerland. Of course, the big question is, in this period of rising rates, as we just chatted with John Johnston about it, is what are the implications? And I might add, record low interest rates around the world have brought on that borrowing. But it's incredible. Global debt is now 318% of the world's annual economic output. But what's the impact of rising rates, especially when governments have to roll over that debt? That's always been the risk, and it may be coming home to roost. I mean, there's always consequences. Debt adds to deflationary pressure. It always acts like a drag on future economic growth. Why? Because more money's going to interest payments. You don't have as much to spend. I mean, it can threaten the economic and social stability of nations. I suspect it will. You know, the theme of our show since 2014 is welcome to the age of consequences. And this level of debt has consequences. And our goal is to prepare you for them. As I say, an incredible environment as that record amount of debt, $247 trillion, meets a rising interest rate environment. There will be repercussions.